It's all systems go as Jay-Bear rolls out the red carpet with blue sky for the Arctic Thunder Open House.
Temperatures pushing into the 70s are in store. I'll have the details coming up.
A big change is coming for a Fairbanks nonprofit as the Breadline braces to lose a beloved employee. And remembering little ones lost, an emotional morning at Providence Hospital to help honor and heal.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
And hi, everyone. Good Saturday. Thanks for joining us. I'm Dave Goldman. Today on Jay-Bear, thousands came out for day one of the Arctic Thunder Open House Air Show to see the best pilots around show their skill under a crystal blue sky. Our Charlie Fellows went behind the scenes with the Blue Angels and Golden Knights to look at both their groundwork and mindset before taking to the skies.
Yesterday we had a really good practice, both Thursday and on Friday. We had some good practices. We got to learn the show site, learn the area, learn what's different. And we're really excited today to get out and perform. It's a very demanding flight for the 45 minutes that we're flying. In days I get a workout in before, I feel like my body performs a lot better. Prior to the brief, we'll kind of joke around, keep things light, but once we start that brief, we really do lock in, start focusing on the task at hand, and get ready to go.
We have about 13 jumpers today here with us, performing different acts for the entire show. Just get up, prep myself, get myself mentally ready for the day, get all my equipment sorted out. We have our duty team, which performs all of our gear checks. They ensure that all of our equipment's laid out for us and ready to go. Today we're looking at 12,500 feet, depending on clouds, but it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day.
It's been 10 years. I can't believe it's been 10 years since we've been here to Jay-Bear. It's such a beautiful area to get to fly a demonstration. Some of the sceneries, re-watching the practice from yesterday with the mountains in the background, it's just incredible.
It's an absolute ride. Getting to see the state, the beautiful state of Alaska from that height, seeing all the beautiful terrain and what this great state has to offer and what makes it so renowned.
Great day indeed. And while the air show is a great time for everybody, the traffic, not so much. Here's a look at the lines that were headed towards Jay-Bear, extending all the way off the highway. Anchorage Police announced shortly after 2:30 today that the Boniface and Fort Richardson gates are closed until later tonight. Jay-Bear announcing on their social media that today's traffic is being turned away at the gates. However, pedestrians, bicyclists, those on people movers still being let in. And remember, with one more day tomorrow, make those plans accordingly. You certainly want to get yourself back in there. Well, we did put in the order for sunshine and blue sky. Always nice when they fill that order. Christina Campbell checks in with us now to see if we can expect a little bit more of that for Sunday. Hi, Christina.
Hi there. Yes, order up. We got some really nice weather, and if you missed it today, you still have a chance tomorrow because it's only going to get better. We have temperatures that are going to be into the lower 70s, and right now, if you look at our satellite radar, the most active weather is just barely brushing the western coastline from Nome, just barely inward, Scammon Bay, Hooper Bay, Newtok, southward down to Tooksuk Bay and Nunivak Island. But over the south central region, just those high cirrus clouds. Those are those easily push around clouds that really don't matter to a whole lot. But last night, in case you missed it, there was an earthquake, a 5.6 magnitude earthquake that was 43 miles southwest of Squentna, or 71 miles west of Talkeetna. It happened about 8:50. And we do want to alert you, first alert, heads up that the Suicide Basin is filling up and climbing pretty rapidly. So it's likely to fill on Monday or Tuesday. So if you need any information to best prepare for any potential flooding, please go to our website and you can have all of that information. Of course, once it fills, 2 to 6 days thereafter. And of course, it goes through the lake first and then the river around Mendenhall Valley in the Juneau area. Otherwise, you can expect some sunny conditions with temperatures into the 70s for a few spots. Not only the interior, but there are also some other areas that'll be seeing those 70s. I'll have all the details coming up in the full weather forecast.
Christina, thanks very much. See you in just a few minutes. The Anchorage Police Department responded to a fatal crash involving a motorcycle near Russian Jack Park. That was on Thursday. Happened in the area of 5th Avenue and Hoyt Street around 7:40 in the evening. on that report that a motorcycle collided with a tree. Upon arrivals, officers say that they found a man who died at the scene. Anchorage police say they will release the motorcyclist's identity after notifying next of kin. This morning, Providence Hospital hosted their 29th annual Walk to Remember. It recognizes pregnancy loss of all forms. It's a day to celebrate and grieve. Among the events, a peaceful walk to University Lake and remembrance messages for those lost. Photojournalist Peter Jackson brings us there.
We do not know each other's names or stories, but we have been brought together for this moment. We are not alone.
Pregnancy loss is a forgotten loss. So nobody even knows that there's been a loss unless somebody else has a loss and they choose to share that information with them. So this walk allows these families to be able to come out and remember their child and speak their name out loud.
We hold you in our hearts and remember you today, tomorrow, and in every step your twin takes forward.
I invite you now to look around to see the flashes of color, to recognize in these streamers the lives they represent.
When you come here and you see everybody else, you're like, oh, I'm not the only one. There are other people that this has happened to. They see other people in different stages of grief. That resiliency, that yes, if they can do that, I can do that. And some families have come for years and years, and they bring new babies with them. And so that's so heartwarming to be able to see that.
You are each invited to take a special piece of paper and to write on it a name, a message, a picture, something for your little one. In a moment, I will invite all of you to take your paper and all of the love that it reflects and release it into the water where it will dissolve.
No time to enjoy the world and its wealth. No time to take life down off the shelf. No time to sing the songs of yourself, that you had enough love for a lifetime. Those who live long endure sadness and tears, but you'll never suffer the sorrowing years. No betrayal, no anger, no hatred, no fear. Just love, only love in your lifetime.
That's our Peter Jackson on the scene. Just ahead, some big changes are on the horizon for the bread line of Fairbanks. A longtime employee prepares to step aside. We'll talk to the Fairbanks community about the impact they've had.
Animal care and control, there's a program called Tails on Trails. But the shelter says the biggest benefit is an uptick in adoptions. Of course, there's also a big payout for the people who get to play with a dog for the day. Come on, Buster.
This should be our Alaska. As governor and lieutenant governor, we'll lower energy costs and make oil companies pay us what our oil is worth. We'll lower housing costs by opening up more land. And we'll fully fund the commitments to schools that I fought to pass as a leader in the Senate. I'm Tom Begich, and I know how to get results. And 2 generations of leadership is where we can start.
Paid for by Tom Begich for Alaska.
I've seen Dan Sullivan take a Kodiak brown bear down with one shot, and he brings that same toughness and focus to Washington. The lower 48 liberals, they're lying about Dan's record. Nobody fights harder for Alaska than Dan. He defends oil and gas to lower costs, creates Alaska jobs, and protects hunting, fishing, and our Second Amendment rights. His opponent, she was handpicked by the radical left. Alaska needs my friend, Dan Sullivan.
I'm Dan Sullivan, and I approve this message.
2 years ago, we sent Nick Begich to Congress. He hasn't stopped working since.
More bills signed into law than any freshman on record.
Career politicians don't pass that many bills, but this hardworking Alaskan does.
Unlocking 30 million acres, creating good-paying Alaskan jobs.
Pass no tax on tips.
Kept Alaska's oil money here. That's our grandchildren's future.
I'm Nick Begich, and I approve this message because I'll never stop working for you.
I think we made a good hire.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
And welcome back, everybody. The executive director of a Fairbanks nonprofit that runs a soup kitchen downtown has announced that she'll be transitioning out of that position in September. Alex Bengal caught up with Hannah Hill to learn more about the fight against hunger in the interior.
Since January of 2018, Hannah Hill has served as the executive director of Breadline Inc., an anti-hunger nonprofit that operates Stone Soup Cafe, a soup kitchen open 5 days a week, including holidays.
I've never loved a job as much as I've loved this job. There's not a better job for me. There's not greener grass. There certainly isn't a better team I've ever conceived of in my life. But also, after 10 years here, it's just time for me to move on to the next thing.
Hill's job includes grant writing and fundraising, gathering resources, and community outreach.
Hannah Hill has been an outstanding director for the Stone Soup Cafe, the bread line over there. That's such an integral part of this, community. They saw that program through with COVID. They've seen it set record numbers of meals served every day.
The nonprofit's activities expanding to include a community garden, among other programs.
Breadline is financially secure. We have an incredible team. Our board is strong. Our volunteers are dynamic and so committed to the cause.
Hill says whoever takes over the role next will need thick skin and a love for humanity.
Every single person who needs our services, every single person who is homeless in Fairbanks and everywhere is a human being. That's somebody's child. That's a person with dreams. They deserve to have treatment from their community as a whole person.
While Hill plans to take a break and has no specific plans after that, they look forward to seeing Breadline continue to serve the community. Alex Bengal, Alaska's news source.
Early in August, we still have a whole lot of daylight out there, and it looks like we're going to see some pretty fabulous weather to fill these hours. Over 16, close to 16 and a half for Anchorage, with a sunset tonight at 10:17. Fairbanks, your sunset not till 10:35. Juneau and Utqiagvik, you have the most. Juneau, sunset at 9 o'clock. I'll have details on what you can expect during all this daylight right after the break. Stay with us.
This story from your community on Alaska's news source.
Every 2 years, hundreds of people come and gather to enjoy all the high-flying maneuvers from the Air Force and even civilian pilots for the Arctic Lightning Air Show.
Our main goal is to recruit, inspire, and retain future, current, and past generations of airmen out there.
And for more coverage across Alaska, watch on your time with our streaming app and alaskasnewssource.com.
Here's a pop quiz. Did Mary Peltola advocate for implementing a broad-based tax in Alaska? Yes. Did Mary Peltola support the reckless spending bill that included billions in higher taxes on middle-class families? Also yes. Did Mary Peltola vote against funding medical care programs for veterans and vote against a pay raise for our troops? Yes, she did that too. Mary Peltola's record is full of wrong answers for Alaska. Last Frontier PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Alaska's News Source at 5 is brought to you in part by Sadler's. For better quality home furnishings, step up to Sadler's.
This guy was driving way over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a lot over the speed limit. Look at the damage. This guy was going a little over the speed limit. Look at the damage.
Hey, small business owners. Your company may need to file its beneficial ownership information with the federal government.
So we watch Channel 2 and then Channel 5 sometimes.
I do KTUU, Alaska News Source. I watch Alaska News Source.
Experiencing some pretty epic weather days in Alaska, and it just doesn't get much better than this. Right now, temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. Palmer, Wasilla, Big Lake, Houston, you all have temperatures in the lower 70s, and it's just going to get nicer. We have a warming trend on the way. A few showers expected for the western coastline, and then we have Suicide Basin to fill August 10th, and 11th. That's Monday and Tuesday. So you want to prepare for that now. You can go to our website to get all kinds of tips on how you can best prepare should any flooding occur when it releases. And again, it's expected about 2 to 6 days after it fills next week. Right now, though, the big story are the temperatures that are beginning to climb. And along with that, as high pressure continues to build, we're going to see some pretty nice conditions. Talkeetna at 70 degrees right now. Glen Allen, 73. These are the spots that could very likely get into the lower 80s before it's all over the next several days. And then, of course, we have 60s and upper 60s. The coastline's a little bit cooler, more seasonable temperatures as that low that we have hitting that area begins to plunge. But look at the interior. Our temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, and they're only climbing, so they're expected to get higher before it's all over today. And of course, in the south central region, there we have Palmer, Wasilla in the upper 60s, and again, some spots even in the Anchorage Bowl area, pretty close to that 70-degree mark. Muldoon, Eagle River, J-Bear, right here in Midtown at Alaska's News Source. We have very warm, mild temperatures. This early in August is not usual. This is usually the rainy season, so things are looking pretty good. We do have that low that's pretty much outworn its welcome, but it's still lingering. Nome all the way down to Nunivak Island, just brushing the west coast. So showers are still expected and slightly cooler temperatures, but that low is going to begin to plunge because as high pressure builds in the southeastern Bering Sea and then over Alaska, and this is in the upper levels. So this is going to warm things. As air sinks under high pressure, it likes to warm. So those inland areas are really in store for some very pleasant temperatures if you like the upper 70s and lower 80s. Now, as you look at the cloud coverage, we're still going to see some clouds out there, but you can see they start to clear over the next couple of days and gradually get nicer and nicer. An isolated shower or thunderstorm is not to be ruled out. So we still have that, especially from daytime heating around those mountainous areas. So just keep that in mind, but we really have a nice trend of weather for just about the entire state, including the southeast, where temperatures will be in the upper 60s, a little bit of sun, maybe just a few clouds lingering. The same goes for the interior with those highs into the 70s. The north slope, well, it's not normal to have 70s or even 80s, but you get some 50s and overnight in the above freezing. And out toward the west, again, those lingering showers. The further inland you go to Galena, that's where it's going to get warmer, those coastal areas. And as that low sinks down to the Pribilof Islands and the Aleutians, you can expect a little bit of wet weather along with some clouds and slightly cooler temperatures. But the further south central you head, the clouds may linger, but we are also going to see some sunshine, particularly inland. Glen Allen, you were in one of those spots, the Mat-Su Valley, Talkeetna, Willow, Palmer. You may see a few clouds in the morning, but they will dissipate. We actually have some upper 60s, low 70s in store. And as we extend the forecast, it'll stick around for most of the work week.